Hey guys, I'm Gary. I'm a grateful recovering alcoholic and drug addict. 19 months sober, and I've had multiple years sober. I had a stint where I had 7 years dry. I wasn't working a program, and my life got better, but I was going nuts. Eventually drank, and then I got sober, and I went 10 years through the program. I was going to meetings, 4 or 5 times a week, and really tied into a group of people in Laguna Beach, California. Had a sponsor, worked the steps, and eventually lost my time because I went to the doctor, got some meds, and went crazy on those meds because it's cunning, baffling, and powerful, man. It was patient enough. It was 10 years patient to get me. What I want to talk about today is what to expect if you get clean and sober. What to expect if you're going to get off drugs. Now, coming off of every drug is a little different. I want to warn you, if you're coming off of alcohol, if you've been ingesting alcohol, a lot of alcohol for multiple months or multiple years, and your tolerance is extremely high, and you're drinking a bottle of hard liquor a day, or you shake profusely when you're not drinking, go to a doctor. Do not detox on your own. You can actually die from alcohol withdrawal. The other thing that you could die from is Xanax withdrawal. I know that those are two real popular things out there right now, alcohol and Xanax. And it's not as dangerous with heroin or fentanyl or any opiate. You're gonna feel like you're gonna die. It's gonna feel like you're dying, but you're not gonna die. Crystal meth is the same way. You're gonna feel like you're dying. You're gonna feel like you're dying, but you're not gonna die. It's always safer to do it with a doctor or under doctor's orders, right? But plenty of people go to AA, NA, and shake and bake in meetings. I was one of them. And there's many more. I mean, rehabs are 30, 40, 50 grand these days. So, what to expect? And I'm just going to kind of generalize. And, I've come off opiates, so I've got some experience. I was doing 40 Vicodin a day. I've come off cocaine, long binges of cocaine, and I've come off long binges of amphetamines. So, and alcohol, but I never ingested large amounts over a long period of time of alcohol. I didn't get the DTs, or I was shaky or anything like that. I had that when I was on drugs. So, what to expect is fear. Okay, fear, that fear of how am I going to do this? Everybody's going to know. The world is closing in on me. That impending doom feeling because you've been fucking up your life so long. That feeling will keep you out in the streets for another 20 years. So you got to overcome that. That feeling right there, I would get ready to get sober. And remember, I had 10 years of sobriety. So after a few years of drinking and using, and I would go, God, please, I'm going to try to clean up my shit now. And I would go like a day, and I would get this impending doom feeling. And I would feel like, oh my God, how am I going to do this? Oh my God, this is going to be impossible. And the horrors of, oh my God, I relapsed. I threw all my time away. Oh my God, how, all the people I've fucked over, how do I face them? It's just, all of it comes at you at once because our brains are going 1,000,000 miles an hour. That's why I say meetings are good, okay? And if you're not going to be in a meeting, be around somebody who loves you, and somebody who can put up with a little bit of craziness. So those feelings right there kept me out 10 years. Every time I would go to stop drinking and using. So be aware of them. And the way to combat them is, well, if you can afford a treatment centers are always good because they give you a little something for a few days, right? You know, I'm not a doctor, so I can't recommend drugs to take, but there are things you can take, and I'm not going to recommend them here on this channel because I'm not a doctor. You can do that research on your own, but you know, you're an addict, so you're given an addict medication. What does an addict do with medication? Take his, you know, if it says take 3, take 4 take 3 every 4 hours, you know, it's taking 4 every hour, you know, for us. So we don't know when to stop. So if you have somebody that loves you and wants to monitor you on that, or go, you know, go to a doctor, talk to them, tell them what you're going to do, and you know, can you give me a temporary prescription to make my detox a little bit less harsh? You know, maybe something to make you sleep through a few days, or you know, a week or so. You know, make you tired. So you're going to have that anxiety, and that's the thing I would say that's the number one thing that takes us out. You know, in the early days, in day hour 1 through hour, you know, 72, or even the first week. So once you can get through that first week, the way I did it was I ate a lot. I comforted myself a lot. And it was cool because I was driving from El Paso to LA, and I got to California pretty quick. When I was tired, I pulled over, I slept. Sometimes it was every 20 minutes, sometimes it was every 4 hours. Whenever I was tired, I pulled over, I slept for 20 minutes or whatever it took. Then I overate, you know, ate candy, ate popcorn, ate whatever floated my boat that day, and kept going. Comfort yourself with food, comfort yourself with movies, positive things, positive movies, maybe movies about sobriety, maybe movies about where you want to go in life. Like if you've got this passion for the ocean or something like that, rent a few movies with boats and you know, snorkeling, and rent The Deep. The Deep is a good movie because I like boats and shit. So I love the movie The Deep with Nick Nolte, man. Other things you can do for yourself is don't make any large decisions. You know, don't think, you know what, I'm going to change my career, I'm going to change my place of residence, I'm going to change, you know, the only thing you should be worrying about is changing your underwear and your pajamas for at least a week or 2, okay? And I would say, get to meetings. I'm going to say this many times through this video. Get to meetings. Meetings of Alcoholics Anonymous, Narcotics Anonymous, Cocaine Anonymous, Crystal Meth Anonymous. You name it, anonymous, man. There's a meeting for just about every affliction out there. Narcotics Anonymous, you know, groups it all into one. But if you want something, you know, that, say you're coming off cocaine or alcohol or whatever, I use alcohol. Or I use Alcoholics Anonymous for my meetings. It's more liberal now. People talk about drugs and stuff in there, but you know, that's me. That's my personal preference. Yours might be different. The other thing to consider is, you know, in-depth conversations with other people. Let the people around you know what you're trying to do, okay? And don't get into arguments with them. Don't get into political conversations. Don't get into anything deep, because you're going to be fucking crazy. You know, not everybody, all this shit's not going to happen to everybody, but this is just giving you a basic idea of what can happen, okay? You don't want to get into any deep conversations with people because you're a fucking whack job, man. You're coming off of shit, right? So no big decisions, no big conversations about, you know, the universe and the world and what the political system's coming to. Just mellow, man. Movies, meetings, make it fun, man, because it's a fucking miserable 2 weeks. So try to plan it out and make it fun, right? And after 2 weeks, it gets better. So, if you want to be a hitman, right? Rent Godfather full series, right? That's like 9 hours or some shit like that. Part 3 sucks, but there's the long version of part 1, which is awesome, and Godfather 2 it's awesome too. So if you want to be a superhero, there's Batman and Spider-Man and all that shit too. Light movies that aren't heavy, that make you think positively, that get your juices going in a positive direction. Watch shit on YouTube about God, about higher power, about conception of God, higher power. Listen to shit like Alan Watts, right? Well, maybe not in the first couple of weeks, okay, because he's a little heavy. But listen to stuff about God, religion, goodness, good things, positive things, doing positive things for people. And keep it light, man. After a couple weeks, it gets better, okay? You're gonna have cravings. You're gonna have thoughts. And here's what saved my bacon, you guys. I would get a thought that came in my mind about, doing drugs, using needles, doing my drug of choice, maybe get my hands on a little bit of cash and get in a room and get a bunch of drugs and a bunch of pretty girls together and have a big party, right? Don't romance that thought. As soon as I got a thought and I caught myself thinking about that, because that's how we're wired, it gets better. It gets better. You have to train yourself. As soon as that thought comes in, you got it. If you believe in God, say a prayer. God got me through this. My prayers got me through this, okay? You may not believe in God, and that's fine. Think of something positive. Erase that thought with something powerful and positive. Like I said, if you're into boats, if you're into whatever you're into, man, okay? Make it positive and get your thought out of there. Think about a life of sobriety. Think about how you want to live your life, the things you want to do, the things you've been missing out on, and where you can improve your life. The other thing is, you're going to crave sugar, and you're going to crave maybe shitty foods. Don't worry about your weight. Don't worry about the gym. Don't worry about exercising. Give yourself 30 to 60 days not to worry about any of that shit, about taking care of, I need to eat healthy through my detox. Fuck that, man. Eat what you want to eat through your detox. You watch people go into rehab. They're going to rehab 20 pounds underweight. They come out 40 pounds overweight. It's okay. It's okay. You can correct all that shit. Once you're sober, you can correct all that shit by getting a schedule down, getting a work schedule down, a gym schedule down, and going through all that stuff. It's easy. You're getting back. You'll be getting back into life. Meetings. Go to meetings and share. If you're crazy, if you are absolutely going nuts, tell them. Say, I'm going nuts. Listen, at 4 months sober, I lost my son, and I did it in Austin, Texas. And there's a little place in Austin, Texas on Bolden Avenue, and it's called the Little Pink House. And like rock stars and shit got sober in this place. I heard Stevie Ray Vaughan did. I heard, supposed to be anonymous, and these people are alive, so I'm not going to name their names. But a lot of cool people, even if they're not stars, they're really cool people I've met in that room, man. There's guys in there that are atheists, and they got 25 years of sobriety. One old dude's got, I know him good too. He's got 40 years of sobriety. And these guys, listen to what they got to say, man. Don't judge. Because if you're going into a meeting and you're going in to judge people, there's going to be plenty to judge in there because we're all fucking nuts. Look for the similarities, not the differences. Meetings will save your ass, and it will give you a network of people that care about what you're doing, that have been right where you're at. You're going to find people you're going to hear your story in there. That's what blows me away. And it could be like, I could hear my story from a 75-year-old woman. Like you think, what do I got in common with her when she's going to share? Oh, great, this old lady's going to share. This is going to be a boring one. And she fucking rips out an awesome share, right? And I'm like, whoa, man, I get that. So when I listen for the similarities, I connect with everybody in that room. I focus. I wipe myself out in meetings sometimes because I hyper focus. I try to really focus on what everybody's saying. Because if I don't know people, I'm judging them right off the bat. I was judging a guy yesterday in a meeting. He started the meeting and he read something of his own about how taking care of your health and your gut health and all this stuff. I'm like, who the fuck is this guy? This isn't fucking AA, right? And he was a good guy, man. As soon as I got through that judgment, and I was like, just shut the fuck up and listen, right? He really good guy. You could tell he cared about a lot of people in the room, and a lot of people in the room cared about him. So, and it was a new meeting for me, so I was in there judging the shit out of everybody, and forcing myself to listen. And I heard good things. So, and I shared about what was going on with me, where my fears were, what I was afraid of, what's going on in my life today, and what I'm afraid of. That is powerful stuff. Very powerful stuff. The other thing to look for is people don't trust you right away, okay? So now you've got a few weeks sober, maybe a month sober, and you're on fire, right? You feel like, I'll never fucking drink again. Be careful. Be careful. It's almost better to be afraid that you're going to drink again. I've been in and out of so many damn rehabs in my life that the guys that I see going out of that rehab, I'm never drinking again. This is fucking easy. They got in there fucked up, and a month later they're back in rehab. The guys that make it are the guys that are sketchy about going, like, I'm afraid to go home. I'm afraid to go. Maybe I should go to a sober living or something like that. And they really work on their treatment plan. That's another thing. I'm not a doctor. That's treatment plan, Write down, healthy people that you need to hang around. I don't associate with any of the old friends that I used to. This is very important too. If you have to get us a new cell phone, if you're serious about sobriety, get a new fucking cell phone and a new cell number. If you're serious about getting sober and all you've got is toxic people calling you all day, get rid of the cell phone. Get rid of the phone number. Big fucking deal, man. Big deal. Change your number. I don't care if you've had it 20 years. It's going to save your life. Change your fucking number. Start fresh. Don't let fear hold you back. And it's scary to delete all those numbers. It's a scary thing to delete that cell phone. So I still have people on my cell phone. But you know what? I can go, I'll do this. And it's been 19 months and I've been doing really well. I will delete those numbers from my cell phone because I got nothing in common with them. And not because I hate them or they're bad people or they're lost. They're lost just like I am. But I'm on a new path. I'm done living my life that way, and I want to better my life, so I'm going to get rid of the baggage. And those people are baggage. They're going to bring you down. So even if they're, you could love them too. There's plenty of people I met in that life. Well, there's a few people I met in that life, and one I just heard from, and she's doing great, man. I don't know if she's sober or not, but she's doing great with her life. See, I was the well, I'm not going to get off on a different topic, but I was the hopeless variety. I was hopeless, deemed hopeless by everybody who knew me. So, yeah, what I was going to say was, in the meetings, like at 4 months sober, I lost my son to fentanyl. And, that's a good reason to drink right there, right? There's no better reason to drink or get loaded. But I didn't want to do that, especially in honor of my son. Like, I've I want to make a living amends to my son, and that's never take another drink again and spread fentanyl awareness, and that's what I do on my channel and help people. That's what I do on my channel and out in the world. Try to help people. So I went and identified his body in California. I came back to Austin, and I'm in that little pink house. And I didn't really know too many people, and I was judging the hell out of them because they were all, liberals and, purple hair and fucking atheists and shit like that. And I'm like, I don't have anything in common with these people, right? But I didn't know where to go. And I knew I needed to go to a meeting. So I go ID his body, I get back on a plane, I come back home, and my ass is in a chair in that meeting at the pink house on Bolden Avenue. I raised my hand. And I started to tell my story, and I was weeping so hard. And something, that I'm embarrassed to do in front of people, right? There's snot flying everywhere, right? And I look up, everyone else was crying. Everyone in the room. And I knew everybody cared about what I was going through. Getting emotional now, talking about it. I knew everybody cared. Meetings are powerful, and you find your friends there, and you find people that care for you and love you and know what you're going through. Go to meetings. I've said it a lot on this video, like I said I was. We're going into 21 minutes. The other thing you got to do, there's a book called Alcoholics Anonymous. And in that book, there's a chapter 5 in the 12 steps. The first 164 pages of this book is the nuts and bolts to Alcoholics Anonymous, Narcotics Anonymous, anything anonymous, okay? Just replace the word alcohol with whatever your shit is, right? Whatever your drug of choice is, right? And read the nuts and bolts. Read the first 164 pages. It's easy. It's 164 pages. I cuddled up to this fucking thing at night. This thing, many nights, even these days when I'm scared, I fall asleep with this thing. I know it's gay and stuff like that, stupid, but I do. I do. And it comforts me because I know if I'm doing this, if I live by this, if I embrace this, I'm going to be fine. I'm going to be just fine. I know it. I know it with all my heart. So, other than that, you guys, and then you just go out and live your life. There's 12 steps in this book. You work the 12 steps. Find somebody in those meetings after a month or so. Ask them, will you work the 12 steps with me? And, somebody that's worked the 12 steps, somebody's with time, somebody with, a year or 10 years or 20 years. Somebody you trust. And cut it loose, man. Don't be afraid. Don't hold back your secrets. Don't hold back your secrets because you're going to be as sick as your secrets. We've all heard that expression. I love Alcoholics Anonymous. I love Narcotics Anonymous. I love the 12 steps. I'm so grateful to Bill Wilson and Dr. Bob for creating this program. So, if you have any questions, I forgot to tell you guys to subscribe to my damn channel early. Now I have like one viewer who's like not even watching. Subscribe. Let's do sobriety together. If you got questions, if you want to talk to me, if you want to email me, hit me in the comments box. My email address is the number 5. Okay, the number 5, 5-Day God Challenge. All one word, 5-Day God Challenge at gmail.com. I'll start checking my emails daily. If you got questions, if you need help, if you want to work a step, if you got questions on the steps, I've worked them many times, all of them, many times. I don't do them perfectly, but I do them. So we do them together. Take care, you guys. Subscribe.